We are back at RK Racecraft in Cartersville, Georgia to work on the top secret car project. And by now, you probably already know it, but it's a 2018 Lexus LC500. Now, this car was set up for small tires or big tires, but one of the big changes we're making is we're setting it up purely for small tires. So today, all the carbon's coming out of this car. It looked really cool from like 10 feet away, but to be honest, it didn't fit very well. Huge gaps all over the place, especially outside of the frame rails, between the rocker panels. Essentially, I'm building a street car, and if you drive this down the road, you're gonna be eating rocks. Also, the giant carbon wheel tubs that were in there eat up all the trunk space, so you don't have a lot of room for fire bottles or a fuel cell. And again, street car. So we gotta make some changes. There's also parts of this roll cage that flat out will not pass an SFI cert. So major surgery happening there, but today is disassembly day. Let's go to work. All right, so this is Jared McCravey. He's gonna be helping us today. We are basically ripping apart the whole car. The front clip's coming off, all the carbon's coming out of the bottom, and it's already been set up. I think you and Ryan went over ride height. You guys have established that. Yep. And now it's time to gut the car so we can actually perform the work. And by we, I mean these guys. Meanwhile, Joe and I are gonna be at home working on the Cadillac and the GMC, and we'll pop in every moment we can without bothering them. But the car is gonna go really quick in terms of the build, which I'm excited about because it's here and not in my garage. Some things that have already changed. We've already changed the back tires. The car came in on a 275 Mickey Thompson radial. It is now on a 315. One of the reasons I'm running the 315 is it fits the car better, it looks better, but also that LS engine is gonna have a turbo 400 behind it with no overdrive. So I wanted a bigger tire because street car, driving down the highway on a 275 with the gear we're gonna run would be loud. And so the 315 is gonna help us cruise a little better. Also gives us a little more wiggle room in terms of the tune of the car, depending on where the track is. And yeah, visually, this is what the car looked like when it rolled in, except we have a bigger tire and now we can take it all apart. Where do you wanna start?
Get the glass out of it.
Glass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get the glass out, that way we don't mess up the nut.
Oh, this one's already messed up, but this can come out.
I think the front one's not glued in, so that's good.
The front one is not glued in.
I don't think so. We moved it the other day on that, so. I'll grab some other stand. A lot of our stands. Yeah.
I'll get the drive shaft out of it. And then...
I don't know, maybe it's cut most of the way.
No, it's loose.
It is loose.
It is loose, but this one's not broke.
No, let me
You want to wait?
Let me get another stand there.
Okay. The car came with a carbon drive shaft, which I'm excited about because I believe this car was set up with a turbo 400, so it's possible this drive shaft will be the right length.
It'd be nice not to have to buy a new drive shaft.
It would be nice not to have to buy a new drive shaft. Yeah. All right, there we go. You want any of the body off, or?
Yeah, I mean, eventually we're going to have to get most of it off, so.
Because the front clip pretty much falls off.
We'll probably get the front clip, knock the tires off, and then
okay.
We'll get the front clip first, I guess.
All right. That.
We only have one holder these days, the other one was lost in casualty.
It got used on a car, didn't it? Yeah. All right, I think there's a clamp there, and then this whole thing should just fall off.
This corner, I think we've got through the screw in this one over here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, okay, hold on. I think I did. Yeah, it is 668005. Yep. Thank you. So we had talked about cutting all the structure off up here that doesn't need to be there, and then remounting the hood off the bars.
Right. That way we can walk off because the firewall's kind of open right there.
Yeah, you can see the tires from the driver's seat.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's got a plug on it. Yeah, we're going to end up getting all the wire and harness electrical stuff out of it anyway.
Okay.
So that's something we could probably do. I can knock, whether this week you want to take the hood off.
Okay. It's metric, unfortunately.
Probably.
It looks like 10. Usually 10 takes apart everything. You know, if you got a Toyota mini truck, 10, 12, you can take apart pretty much the whole truck. It's great.
Hey, the GMC is like a 13. Took almost everything apart on that truck for us.
I know, and I had to go find it because that's a weird one. I don't do a lot of 13 millimeter stuff.
What do you mean?
Let's try to, when we pull all the carbon, let's try to be gentle, because maybe we can use those things for other things. Might not even be this car, but like, here, let's show the people at home everything I was talking about. So when you sit in the driver's seat, you can see through the firewall over here in the corner to the tires. So you're gonna eat rocks, okay?
Tires there.
And then if you look down, the carbon didn't cover between the frame rail and the rocker. And essentially, this whole cage could have been wider. You could have given the driver more room. And the trans tunnel is so wide that the seat can't be shifted over and the steering is shifted left. So basically, when I sit in here, my head is up against this bar. We can cut to the footage from the last time we were here, but basically, I don't fit in the car and I can't steer it because my elbows are up against here. There's no room to shift anything over, which is why the spine of the cage, all of that has to get cut out and redone and narrowed so that we can move the driver's seat over. We have to cut this out, all the steering, redo that part of the firewall so we can move the steering over. You know, there was a bar cut out under the trans that wouldn't allow the cage to pass cert. There's a couple other things that wouldn't allow this cage to pass a cert. She was not ready to cert like I was told, but she's still good. Like, it's still a solid I still feel good about the purchase. It's just going to cost twice as much now that it's here at RK to get it to the point where we thought we were. You know, when I bought it, I thought we were going to fab a turbo system, wiring, plumbing, and then we were going to go, you know, and start testing. And no, we're not starting from scratch, but we're taking about 10 steps backwards on this car, which isn't the end of the world. You know, I'm glad it's here. Like, this is as good as it gets, as far as I'm concerned. Like, when it leaves here, we'll have great fitting carbon. We'll have more room in the trunk. Check it out. We're taking these giant wheel tubs out, and this here will be gone. The fuel cell you could put a 20-gallon fuel cell in here once all this is gone. And what is that? Oh, it's my alarm. Tell me the kids. It's my get the kids from camp alarm. Yeah, once the tubs are gone, we'll have room for fire bottles. Once this is gone, we'll have room for a big fuel cell that drops down.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, the tub's only got to come to about here, right?
Right, but whoever owned it before set it up for big tires and small tires. Like, you could either change wheels with a radically different offset, or you could change the rear end housing and go big tires instead of small tires. So we're just going to do small tires. All right, how can I help?
All right.
Hood off?
Yeah, we'll get to
Okay.
Okay, maybe it's two different sizes because that one's a 12 and that one's definitely not.
That's the same way, but reversed.
Oh, yeah. It's just the same way.
But reversed.
Huh. It was a salvage car. I don't know what part of the car got trashed in the accident. I don't know much about that at all, but perhaps new body parts got put on it and they grabbed whatever miscellaneous hardware they could find. But we did buy another parts car, or rather the parts off the parts car. So we have fenders and we have another hood And we have another rear fascia.
Here you go.
Okay, that's that.
Your other socket.
Trade you. Okay, gonna set the.
I got one more big one.
Oh, okay.
I'll loosen it.
No benefit to the race car at all. Oh, that's still the vacuum pump off the electrical car.
I got another stand over behind the tripod there.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Let's go up and over.
Up and over.
We'll get this stuff set up to storage.
All right. Side skirts and fenders.
Indeed.
Missing the top.
One here.
Okay, if you have an extension, I can get that bolt out. Yeah, the side skirts are only sort of on the car. They might pop off. Nothing holding that. I wonder if it's...
Maybe under the door seal?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, right here.
Bolts.
Uh-oh. Okay, got that.
There we go.
In the door jamb area there. It looks like there might be one going upward.
That's what it kind of
I think
feels.
it might be.
It kind of feels like somewhere on the bottom end of the skirt there.
Oh, it's not attached. It's stuck on the skirt. Okay, I think we need to get the skirts off. And I think... Oh, I think somebody stuck a little Phillips head screw right here. We're also going to take every scrap of wiring out of here because it's mounted on a panel that flops. This isn't what you want in your race car or your street car, so that's getting redone. It's weird, like the car wasn't done, but there were certain things that, I don't know if it's like somebody ran out of stuff to do and was like, hey, let's cut some carbon and cover this hole up. Like,
Right.
Even though the electrical system's ready to flop out of the car. I don't know, but it's all getting redone. Okay.
Think we can get it loose now?
I think the back wheel's got to come off because it's up against it. All right.
Go ahead, I'll hold it.
All right, I'll get it.
It's studs are long enough. I just...
That should get it.
That should come slide right off. There you go. Not on first.
Oh, sorry.
It's a lot bigger than that 2.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we knew. Let's compare our new tire to our old tire. So the nice thing is if we wanted to, we could put the 275s back on it. But as you can see, much taller, which means we'll have much better final drive ratio for driving down the road. And this just looks better. It fills out that rear wheel well better.
A little wider.
It's definitely wider. Like 275s are really popular, and but at like drag and drive events, we can run a 315.
Isn't like a 235?
Dude, there's a 235 class now, and there's dudes running in the 6s on 235s.
That's insane.
Little itty bitty pizza cutters, 235s. And who's it? Devin Vanderhoof's car. It's a convertible Fox body on a 235. I don't know how deep in the 6s he went, but it's fast. Like it's unbelievable fast. It's really impressive when you see guys on big floppy slicks struggling to go, mid 6s. And then you have guys like Brett LaSala, or I don't know the guy that drives Devin's Mustang, but they're on radials. They got half as much tire, but on a radial prepped, really sticky track, they're really, really fast.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, I don't think you ever see a radial tired street car go deep into the 5s like those big pro mods are on big slicks, but who cares, man? It's so much cooler.
Eventually, watch.
It's so much cooler.
Everything else looks riveted, so I'm gonna get us a drill and start some of this.
Another pair of wire cutters. There's a pair of snips. I'll just start going down.
These are those like Velcro style.
ones.
Yeah.
All this stuff. Well, this is attached in a wire loom over here, and
Is it,
they're like
is it a
these
star?
are Torx. Yeah.
Usually.
Lovely, right?
Yeah. Well, there's that, and then we got Allen's up front. What's in that panel there?
These are Torx.
Those are Torx all right there.
Those looks like they're Torx. Are we leaving this panel up here? You have to take that out right now? Okay.
I mean,
None of that's changing up there, is it?
We don't have to, but it's going to come out eventually. So it's probably just got I've undid the wire. What is it? Just Allen on the back side.
Okay.
So, well, it's just Allen right there. You probably just do that one. You can leave that. We'll get that stuff off. Well, Brian did say he's like, get this junk off there. So I guess any of it can come off. Are you working? No, this is my uniform. That's your uniform?
All right, well, we have the tubs out of the car. Here's one on the ground right here. The interesting thing we noticed, you want to tell them?
Well, a lot of the cars that we deal with, they have like a big heavy set of Kevlar right here that just kind of protects the driver in case something happens, blowout, whatever. This one is very, very minimal, almost obsolete, like you can barely even see a ridge there. So I don't know if that's just,
Maybe another layer of carbon, or who knows what it is.
Extra thick carbon or something like that. But a lot of these cars that we deal with, they have super thick Kevlar just to protect the driver a little bit more. So
it's all about safety. This one, not so safe. And that was on the passenger side.
Yeah, the driver's side's right over here.
Let's look at the driver's side. Did it have anything in it? Oh, this feels like super light. I don't even, you see one little streak going through there, but like that's just the top of it. Like there's nothing to protect anything going through the front of that. Huh. Interesting. All right.
Makes me extra nervous. That's all it was, because there was nothing but just standard. There was no titanium behind the back seat.
Right. Yeah.
Super sketchy, something bad happens.
We have officially stripped all the body parts and all the carbon panels. So the plan, we're cutting this whole top bar out?
Whole top bar and the upright.
And the verticals?
Yeah. We're gonna have to address this front right here where maybe we're gonna block off the firewall. But
oh, here?
Did we talk when you told them this is our only brace here, so we can't take it all the way to here or the body might slide down.
Right.
So
I guarantee it will, because there's only 2 more at the back. There's literally 4 spots where this body's held onto the chassis.
Yeah. Might make a call and see what they think about taking it down and leaving most of the rocker just for the time being. That way we can look at getting rid of the hinges and all that stuff. And then probably end up taking the 4 pans back out of this side now that everything else is out of the way.
All right. Yeah, as you guys can see, this is our only mount on the front right here. This is our only mount in the rear, so literally each corner has a mount holding the body on, and that's it. And of course, like we said, you know, the rockers are wide open. This is going to be a drivable, streetable car, and we want this thing sealed up inside. All right.
She's nice and ugly. Booger welds. Yes.
Now, is there anything underneath your seat in your butt?
Yeah.
Other than a thin carbon fiber seat?
That went up.
They did a lovely job of painting the bottom of it too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, your coverage is perfect.
Nobody will ever see that, they thought.
Oh, it's so empty in here. It's so naked. It's like starting from scratch. Now that mid plate will get replaced because it's actually a little bit short. There was another piece added up there. That's going to get replaced. And then we'll start all over with a new seating position and a new spot for the column to go through the firewall. And then, like we talked about earlier, all that carbon will get redone so that it actually extends all the way over to the rocker panel, and then it'll get sealed to the rocker panel. The body is probably going to get remounted because it looks like the body might be mounted just a little crooked. This structure right here is going to get cut off further back, and then the hood hinge will get mounted to the roll bar because we won't need any of this after all that. And yeah, I mean, it didn't take long to strip it down. The guys were done in, a few hours. And now the fun part, redesigning stuff, refabricating stuff. Stoked. There's the pile of carbon that came out of here and the dry shaft safety tube. The good news is that's not junk. We can reuse it on other projects. So, not the end of the world, but it will get redone. Well, there you have it. Car is stripped, like stripped. It looks practically stolen right now. And that did not take long at all. 4 or 5 hours, complete car gutted. And now onto the fun part, like taking our ideas collectively, everyone in this shop, plus Joe and I, and turning this car into a functioning machine that I actually fit in, which I'm stoked about. We're gonna do our best to leave the guys here alone. We'll pop in from time to time as they're doing the fab work, But in the meantime, Joe and I, back to work on the Cadillac, back to work on the GMC, back to more fun, which you will see here on Finnegan's Garage. Thanks for hanging out.